And good evening everyone, and hello again, I'm Ning, and today I am at Jingmai Mountain in Lancang County, Yunnan Province, well in Pu'er City in Yunnan Province. And I mean, if you are familiar with the tea culture in general, especially Chinese tea culture, you should know that Pu'er City is very famous for its tea. Because like we get tea from Pu'er, and Pu'er tea is a very elegant gift to your friends, your families, your colleagues, and this tea forest is the biggest on earth, according to the World UNESCO. And you can have a look. Apart from these tall trees and these bushes, everything else, all the rest of the trees are all tea trees. Just have a look. Have a look. I've heard, so before I came today, I learned something about this forest. I think annually it can produce about 270 ton dry tea leaves. So it's 270 ton after you process it. So before it should be even more, maybe like 300 tons. And these are all like wild flowers. These are not artificial. I didn't know that you can ride a motorcycle to come in. I don't even know. I thought this is just for passengers. Not for passengers, pedestrians. So these are not tea trees, but the rest, the inside bit is the tea tree. Let me see if I can talk to her. 哎，你好，大姐。你好。你好，您是去采茶？哦，您是开车去采茶是吗？骑着车去采茶。So she told me she's going to pick the tea. So maybe I can. I don't know. Let's try. Maybe I can join her. 我能跟您一起去那个？可以的。可以吗？可以。那我帮您背包，然后您带我一程呗。好。谢谢。So I told her that I can carry her bag and she will carry me to the tea forest where she's going to pick the tea. Okay. You can try and follow me, but I doubt that you will be able to. Bye! Wow! That's my cameraman, my audio man. 您好，大姐，您现在每天都是要过去这样开着车去采茶？只要是啥地，每天都是采的。啊 ，So she goes to the tea forest where she owns the forest every day, and I think we're here, right? Oh, thank you. 哦，到了。哇。这是都您的吗？都是我们家的。Oh, so this whole area belongs to this beautiful lady. Okay, maybe I should wait for a bit for my cameraman and my audio man. I don't know if they're running right now. I bet they'll be very sweaty because it's very warm in Yunnan. You can see this tree behind me, and I was told that these trees are older than the forest itself. The tea tree forest is about 1,300 years old. And from there they are. Hello. Okay, I can stop filming now. I hope my signal is all right. Hello. Hang on. Let me put my phone back in my pocket. So we'll just follow this lady and see what she's doing and how she's gonna pick tea. 您好，大姐，等我一下。I feel very authentic carrying the bag. Oh, they are. So people sing while they do tea picking. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Oh, it smells very good. So I think these are tea tree flowers. If you go closer, oh, these are spider webs. Oh, jeez. So yeah, if you go closer, if you get closer, then it smells really, really good. Very aromatic. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. 哦，您这就采茶就是采。
嫩叶子的嘛。
哦。So you have to pick the young leaves. Can I try? 哦，我可以试一下。
可以。
这个吗？Okay, so this is just perfect to pick. So I'm going to 这样。
这样。
这样。Oh, there we go.
啊，这个也可以采的，啊，这个也有。
啊，这样。
一芽二叶的嘛那个。
啊。哦，谢谢 ，Thank you. So this is how they pick tea. Oh, and then this is for when you.
这里还有螃蟹脚。
哦，螃蟹脚是什么？
上就是古树茶上特有的，就树林比较大的，然后才有的寄生物嘛。
哦，在哪里？
在这里。这里。
Oh, so she just said this is a kind of parasitic plant on the tea trees. 这个有什么作用啊？
就是有利尿啊之类的。
就当药呗。
对。
You can use this to, you can blend this in medicines and food and soup and alcohol. 这个多少钱大概？这个很贵吗？还是？
很贵，因为一批差不多几十块钱嘛。
啊，就跟茶叶差不多，比茶叶还贵。
比茶叶还贵。
So this is
因为
actually
它比较稀有嘛。
more expensive than the tea itself because you rarely see it.
这是
It's all mine. 茶花。哦，谢谢谢谢。Oh, it smells so good. Look at that. I think it smells more aromatic than the tea. I think if you make that into a perfume, it will be sold out very soon.
我们这里边。
这儿除了茶树，还有没有别的？就是
野果还有很多。
一年四季会有。
一年四季
野果。
哦。
不同季节就有不同的果子。
所以这些地上都是，是不是？
对，地上的全是。
They said on the ground you can see a lot of fruits and they are just wild fruits. 啊，您这可以直接吃的吗？
直接吃的。
Oh my god. Well, apparently we can just eat it. You can grab it and eat it.
吃一点就行。
哇，看起来好好吃。Looks yummy, doesn't it?
也是籽。
And this is gonna be very fresh, more fresh than everything that I ate in the city. Okay, I'm gonna try it. It's so delicious, very sweet. 好吃好吃。
好吃。还有一种。
那我还可以再吃那个吗？谢谢。
再给你试一下。从这边过去。还有一种果。往下一点。
So nice. Tastes so fresh. And tastes refreshing as well. Oh, this is so good. Everyone should try it. They said there's another type of wild fruits.
只有这个。
这个是什么呀？
多衣。
哦，是从这棵树上掉下来吗？ So this little thing.
你吃的时候做好心理准备。
哈。
就酸了。
This thing is from this tree. And she said, get ready before you eat it because it's pretty sour.
有惊喜。
She said it's a surprise. Okay. 擦一擦。Whoa! It is very sour. I don't know what it tastes like. I definitely prefer this one. Okay, so I think I've eaten enough. I have another friend, another colleague, waiting for me in a ancient village just 10 minutes driving from here. So I am going to meet him there, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you guys.
Our live stream continues from the Wengji village or Wengji village. This is Yunfei Zhao coming to you live from Yunnan Province of China. You have just watched Hao Ning and experienced the ancient town of field of the trees, of the Pu'er trees, and she probably is taking a motorcycle and on her way over here. I'm actually have arrived at a village which is quite relevant to the tea culture, to the Pu'er tea culture. Our cameraman just panned to the right. This is a beautiful site. As you can tell, there are different varieties of plants over here, and the architecture is very unique. This is actually part of a Buddha temple. So you can see that there is some kind of exotic style of architecture over here. And then also to my left-hand side, you can see the entire view of Wengji village, also a very unique style of architecture. This place has just got renovated a couple of years ago due to the poverty eradication process. And a lot of the facilities are quite new, but they also kind of keep the reservation. I also want to address a little bit about my custom over here. You can tell, if you pan down over here, you can see this is a cucurbit over here on my dress. This is actually part of the minority group over here, and they have very special culture, and it's also relevant to the tea culture. Let me go downstairs and bring you kind of a more views about the village. As we walk down from the platform, we get to the Buddha temple. Down here, as you can see, there are many different species of plants over here. Because given the fact that the southwest part of China, Yunnan Province is known for its biodiversity in terms of diversity of animals, species, as also diversity in plant species. So it's a very, very interesting fun fact. When we walk over here, there are a lot of plants we even don't know, because grown in the northern part of China, we never seen them before. But also, given the fact of more diverse species, there's a more kind of a complete loop of the biocycle over here. So it's good for the environment. Right in front of me, you can see there's a huge tree. I think it's a cypress. We want to get closer to that, but due to the fence, we can't get through. Clearly you can tell that this is being well protected, but when I see the tree, you probably need 10 people to, hug around it. Looks like this is a tree with 1,000 years old. So there's a more like description over here at this corner. So it's called Asian cypress in the Wengji village. And it tells that the diameter is about 11 meters. So it's a huge tree over here. So our camera just tilt up a little bit. When you kind of rest down here, it's quite cold and cool over here, despite that the weather is still very warm. For those of you who are watching from northern part of China or northern, northern part of the earth, I mean, there are a lot of places have already turned cold, turned to the winter season. But over here, despite the winter season over here, you can see that it's still quite warm over here. By the way, the tree is 2,500 years old. 2,500 years old. Imagine, before that period of time, 2,500 years ago, some people planted this tree. So it proved that this village is certainly an ancient town that has at least 2,500 years old. Okay, let me surpass my cameraman over here. Let me walk down a little bit. Let's get closer to the Wengji village itself. The Wengji village is part of the Bulang ethnic minority, and this kind of ethnic minority is very well known for its unique architecture, as I mentioned. So be careful. All right. So when we leave the Buddha temple, we can get into the village, and then we can walk into the complex where there's different layers of buildings over here. Most of the buildings are two-floor buildings. If you take a look at the roof over here, 看那个三叉. The top of the roof, it's more like a tea tree leaf over here. So, and that's part of the tea culture over here. So they respect tea. The local people respect tea. They make a living due to the tea. And in fact, this village started its tea businesses since 2012, when a lot of the houses are being renovated into hostels or hotels, and also a lot of the places are being renovated to the tea shops over here. It's Saturday today. We might see some tourists coming by, but now it's noon time, so probably restaurants are more popular at this period of time. I want to show you a very interesting perspective. Look at this. Some of the families are putting the tea leaves outside. So they're drying the tea leaves. So when you just get the leaf, they're totally green. And then you put them from outside, you dry the leaves, and then you can go to the next process. And over this side, we can see that this is more like a central plaza of the village. It's very typical in many of the Asian towns here in China, when people will have rituals like weddings, like funerals. They will usually gather at places like this for meetings and for discussions on important issues. That is also a place that has a huge preservation of the local culture itself. And also, let me show you some of the, there are a lot of scenes over here. Look at this. Similar to my shirt, cucurbit, right? Different elements also coming from the ethnic culture. Look at the huge bean. And this is also served like a decoration over here. Okay, let me try to walk into this place. 你好，哎，您这边在干什么呢？
在挑黄片。
黄片哈，黄片是什么东西啊？
黄片就是茶叶里面老的叶子。
哦。So basically, they're doing tea businesses, and they're trying to sort out the yellow leaves out of the green leaves. 给我们看一个黄片是什么样子的呢？Look at these. These are more like the yellow leaf. These are the older the leaves that have been dry has already been drying, and the green ones are relatively new. So they're sorting out the older ones, the dry ones out. 我能挑一个吗？ Let me try to figure out a dry one. Let's see. 这个就是黄的吧？Oh yes, this is yellow. So when the yellow are in the ocean of green leaves, it's hard to observe. But for local people, this is their daily routine to sort them out. 那黄片和普通的茶叶有什么区别呢？
普通的这黄片，它是一般是这个是属于比这个更便宜一些。
哦，但口感也应该不一样是吧？
口感因为这个就煮着吃，煮着喝嘛。
这边呢？
这边就要泡着喝。
这边泡着喝。So basically, the green leaves, you can brew the green leaves, but the yellow leaves, the only thing you can do is to boil them. 我还你能给我看一下这里面的都是卖什么的？比如说这边茶大概是什么样的一个价位啊？
好，可以看嘛。 可以看一下。你们
Let's check out the
看一下
prices of the tea over here. Some of the teas are 它是有饼的哈。
啊，这是茶饼，
这是茶饼。
七字饼。这饼它是18年的，是卖160元。
Oh, this is tea from 2018, 160 yuan per. The entire thing costs 160 yuan. That's more like 20, more than 20 to 30 US dollars. Very cheap, actually.
这是19年的明前茶，卖300元一饼。
那就是茶越老是越便宜，还是？
越老它价格越好。
The older the teas are, the higher prices they got. Cool. 您能给我们带一下看一下这个寨子里的情况吗？
好的，可以。
好嘞，好嘞。
我们介绍一下我们布朗族的蟑螂馆。
好。So 能自我介绍一下吗？您是这边的什么职务？
我是翁金的党支部书记。
党支部书记。So he's the party secretary of the Wengji village, and he's going to show us around at this places. 现在您带我们去哪玩？
去看我们的这个小展馆。
这是一个小展馆。
是以前老百姓建了以后他就不用了，我们就把它买下来就做一个蟑螂馆。
It used to be a house of common people, and they purchased it and renovated into an exhibition hall. 我们跟您走。This is so cool, very cool when you get on here. So. Wow, there are different exhibitions over here. Oh, there's a model of the building. 这个是什么呢？
这就是这间房子的模型，你们看一下。
So this is exactly the place where we're in. You can see the skeleton of the complex itself. 我可以看到这个整个是全部是一个木质结构的。
对，全部是木质结构。然后上边是住人，这是个凉台。就是喝茶休息的地方。
That's the platform, and those are more like living rooms. So people live on the upper floors. 那底下呢？
底下就是双牛、双马养猪养鸡的地方。
Like the cows and horses and chickens, the domestic animals will go to the first floor. 非常有意思。
这个是布朗族居住的民居，它是冬暖夏凉。
This is a very typical architecture of the Bulang ethnic minority. During the winter days, very warm, and during the summer days, it's relatively cold. So it's a very smart architecture. 给我们看看后面这个吧。
好的。
我看到这个地方很熟悉哈。
这是我们翁基的一个观景台。
That's the platform of this village. I actually started our live stream over here, and then we walked downstairs and check out the tree itself. 这个树对于咱们来说应该是一个非常重要的一个。
这个是大柏树，是我们布朗族的一种神树。
They're treated the tree with 2,500 years old, a kind of a god tree, because they're kind of living around it.
我们布朗族特别热爱大自然，就是万物有灵。只有森林大的地方，就有我们布朗族的居住。
So due to their respect to the mother nature, and they think that there's a spirit in the tree, and that's why they pay so much respect to the Asian tree. 能不能给我展示一下制茶的这个流程呢？
好，我们前面去看。
好 ，we want to check out the process of tea making, because we talked about the Pu'er tea, because the entire village is depending on the industry over here. So that's the entire process.
这就是我们布朗族制茶的过程，一个是酸茶，一个是制茶，一个是烤茶。
So if you take one of them, you can get the chance to see the entire process from tea picking all the way to when it gets ready. So these are just very abstract pictures, but Ning actually have just arrived at a workshop where she's actually making the tea when she just making the tea that she just collected from the fields. So let's check out how she's doing.
So, hello everyone, here I am again, and let me correct Yunfei just now because I wasn't on a motorbike this time, I was in a car. That's why my cameraman and my audio man could follow me because we were in the same car. So I thought I was going to meet Yunfei immediately as soon as I arrived, but then someone told me, you've seen the teas on the trees, why don't you see how it's processed, how it's made? So I was like, why not? And that's why I was guided to this place where teas are being made. I think someone's already waiting for me. Let's go check it out. So I was told that these tea factories are all households. 您好，您好，您好. Yeah. This guy's been waiting for me for not too long, I think. 您能不能先跟我们介绍一下，就是这个就是整个制茶的一个流程了，是吗？
对，它首先鲜叶拿回来以后是要，这个是第一个流程嘛，就在这里萎雕，就是稍微把它的水分给它排出来。
Okay. 我来翻译一下哈。So this is the first step after you pick the teas from the trees, and you are spreading out the tea leaves here, and they will air dry. The air will have it dry out, and see, this is all net, which will help the tea leaves to dry. And then I think he's picking the leaves to the basket, and let's see what's next. 然后下一步呢？
下一步嘛，就要开始这个做好了以后就要开始杀青嘛。
哇，好香啊！ It's very aromatic. 下一步就是您刚刚说什么？
杀青，就是
杀青
对，把它炒起来嘛。杀青。
Oh, so the next step is to fry it up.
杀
Okay,
青。
he's gonna take us there. Oh, is that big pot?
这个是电杀青，同时我也可以用这个机器杀青嘛，也可以用手工杀青。
Okay.
但是我们很多还是用这个
手工的
杀青，对。
So you can either use the machine or you can handmade. See, that guy is already doing it. I can hear the buzzing, and I can already smell it. Look, isn't it very hot? What's the temp? 这个多少度啊？
这个200多度嘛，对。
这个数字是
对。
So this number is how hot this pot is, and it's 274 degrees. I don't know like how they make sure they don't touch the pot because you will melt immediately. So I want to try it as well, but I am a little bit scared. 我可以试一下吗？
可以啊，很烫啊，要小心一点。
就OK， 这样。
对，放快点。
放上去，然后再往下来。
对。
So you throw it out. Why is it not coming down? Okay. So 这样，然后放上去。
首先这个手法要这样，你不要捏到锅，用这个茶叶。
好。I'll give it a go. Oh. Like that.
对。
Oh, that's very hot. One more time. 再来一次。Yeah, I don't think. Look, I am already very sweating. Can you see the sweat on my face? Jeez. It smells very roasty. It's a different kind of smell from what we smelled over there, because you're frying it up, so it's roasty and oh yeah. Again, I really want to make a perfume out of this. It's gonna sold out very quick again. 所以接下来的一个步骤是，
接下来的这个做好以后就是揉捻嘛。 揉捻以后就往这边就开始这个压饼。
So the next step is to grind it, but then now we can't try it. I think that's the machine for grinding. That's the grinding machine. But over here, if you're familiar with
就压饼就在这里。
稍等一下 if you're familiar with the Chinese tea culture, you will know that we have a lot of pressed teas, and this is where you press it. 继续。
压饼的话就在这里压，用那个蒸汽给它蒸起来。这个压了以后，就要把它定型嘛，定了以后就要用那个石磨，那个石磨给它定型。
So yeah, that's where you press it, and then you have to steam it as well, and that's where you mold it. That's a model. And 接下来我们是一个什么步骤？
接下来的话就是这个看往这边，这个就是我们做的半成品，就就是半成品。
This is almost ready to go in a pot or a container to for the market to sell.
这个就是半成品。如果说这个做了以后，它的成品就是这个样子，就把它包装成散茶嘛。
Okay, so that's the final product. This is in this little box. 景迈山。And this 红茶是吧？
对，这个是红茶。
这个是红茶。
对。
但是跟普洱茶有什么区别？
它红茶是要轻发酵嘛。
所以是熟茶。
对。
So this is there are two types of pu'er teas. One is 生茶, which is raw tea, and the other one is 熟茶, which is ripe tea. So that's where you make the 熟茶, the ripe tea. This actually smells stronger than any of those. Yeah, I have a lot of teas back at home, but I don't really drink it. My dad is a big fan. 所以谢谢您啊，今天谢谢您。所以这个就是整个一个流程，然后到灌装是吧？
对。
好，谢谢您给我们讲解。So that's the total process of how you make teas from the tree leaves to a little box. Once again, before I go, it smells so nice. You know there are rose petal baths. I wonder if we can make a tea tree leaves bath, and when you get out of the bath, you're gonna smell like tea trees, and it's amazing, isn't it? 好，谢谢您。Oh, by the way, so this is the tea tree logo, and he is from 您是布朗族吗？
对，布朗族。
He is from the Bulang ethnic minority group, and you can see 谢谢您。You can see what Yunfei was wearing just now. He was wearing the costume of the Lahu ethnic minority group, and their logo, I'm sure you can remember this very vividly, it's cucurbit. And Bulang ethnic minority group's logo is tea tree. And I think that's a little bit fun fact for you to remember. Oh, actually, by the way, so can you see that fruit? Can you guess what that is? It's papaya. I mean, I'm from a big city, and I'm from the north of China. So these fruits, especially the plant, is very new to me. So I'm always very excited to see papaya plants, mango plants, everything that's like tropical. And if you have been staying tuned with CGTN, you can actually see those big leaves, which is called plantain or Japanese banana. You can never see them in north of China, and I just can't get enough of it. So I think now we are on our way to meet Yunfei, and I think he's not gonna wait for me to taste the tea. I think he is already having the aroma of the tea, of the Pu'er tea right now. So I don't know if anyone is familiar with the look of this plant, but I'm sure you know the name, sugarcane. Yeah, I am a big fan of sugarcane as well, but sugarcanes down south, it is Yunnan, down south, it looks pretty different to what we see in the north, because sugarcanes in where I'm from, in north of China, is brown or purplish, but here you can see it's yellowish and greenish. And I'm sure you have had a brief view of this whole ancient tale from Yunfei. and I'm just gonna explore a little bit more before I meet him. I think, yeah, these are all villages, and these are all villages, and this town is mostly Bulang ethnic minority people, and I was told, oh, sorry guys, I'm out of breath, because you can see this is a little hill right now. Oh, that's the tea guy. Hello. Yeah, I'm really out of breath. I think I need to work out more to be able to climb hills like this. Anyway, I was talking about the Bulang people in this village. I was told there are about 89 households, so about 300 people in total. Look at this ancient town. Look at this town. Look at how big it is. And from speaking about like having a big village just to 300 people, I'm really jealous because, you know, in big cities you don't get to enjoy this much space, this amazing view. You only have buildings. All right. I think, Jesus, I'm so sweaty. It's so hot in Yunnan. I think this is the tea shop I am going to meet Yunfei at. Originally, or still now, this is still a household. People still live in it. But now people have made tea as their business, so you can see it's very well preserved. All right, enough talking. I am going to meet Yunfei inside.
Okay, check out who's coming in.
Hello, here I am.
Yes, we finally meet.
Yeah, we finally meet.
I travel from the uphill, you travel from the downhill, and here we meet in the middle town.
Yeah, I know.
Sit down and have some tea.
And I was climbing up a hill, so you can see I'm very out of breath.
Well, actually, climbing down the hill is also very challenging too.
I think climbing up is more challenging.
Okay, I won't fight with you.
I'm so sweaty.
Okay,
So-
how was the tea making process?
It was very interesting. I witnessed all the steps from tea leaves on the tea tree, and then to how it's being dried out, how it's being fried up, how it's being pressed, and then to the process of just before they go into that little pot.
It's time for harvest. You probably would
I know.
drink some.
After all that work, I think I need some treats.
You deserve it.
I deserve it.
Go ahead.
你好。
哦，你好。
So our party secretary of the village is also joining us. 给我们讲一讲应该怎么品这个茶吧。
哦，这个是普洱茶，一般就要慢慢的品。它是一点点的品尝，这个就品出这个普洱茶的味道。
So it's like taste, not like drink.
Yeah, you have to take very, very tiny sips to get the aroma of. Who am I talking to, you or you? I feel calm. I think it's to do with this amazing view as well.
Definitely.
But the idea of drinking tea, especially pu'er tea, just makes me calm down a little bit.
And you know, we have been here for a while, and one of the things that we observe most, especially myself observe most, is that drinking tea is probably the most often thing you do. You know, when you have nothing to do, you sit down and somebody brew the tea for you.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture over
Yeah,
here.
I think, although I think it's more to the southern part of China.
Yes.
Northern people like myself, you're from northern China, right?
Also from northern China.
We don't really drink tea that much, although like I said before, my dad is a big tea fan, so we do have a lot of teas at home, different types, black tea, white tea, and oolong tea, all kinds.
Also to our audience, you can leave your comments on our CGTN's Facebook platform and tell us what kind of tea do you commonly drink, and we can read out your comments.
Yeah, what's your personal favorite?
I drink coffee. I don't drink tea.
Sorry,
so this
asked
is
the
fresh.
question.
This is fresh new for me.
I asked the question to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Although I like coffee myself, but tea is also good.
And it's cheaper than coffee comparatively. Like
No, it's not. This is more expensive.
this is more expensive. Usually, every 1,000 kilogram, if you pay 1,000 yuan, and then every time you brew a tea, it takes 6 or 7 grams rather. So it's more like that, less than $1 for 1 cup of tea. That's very
Well,
cheap.
if you do the calculation that way, it makes sense.
It does. It does. If you brew coffee from home, it will
Why don't
take
we
$3 to
ask
$4.
our guide to
Okay.
teach us some Bulang language?
对对对
Dialect
教我们一些布朗话吧。
比如说喝茶怎么说？
喝茶怎么说？
牛拉，牛拉，
牛拉，茶 is 辣。
喝茶，
New 是喝
牛是喝
喝，
拉是茶，
辣。
New is
辣
drink. 茶la is tea.
Okay, yeah, drink
New la
tea
drink tea.
is
New la.
la. New la.
好
Oh, it's
New la.
so new la.
牛拉。
You know what? I feel like it's a crime if we don't show our audience the beautiful, beautiful view from
Certainly.
this side.
Okay.
Because this is such a luxury for me. Because I don't get this at all at home. And having this view and tasting such amazing tea is just an incredible experience.
Absolutely. So why don't we go out
Yeah,
and
why
check
don't
out
we
the
go
beautiful
out?
scene out there?
Grab your teacup.
You should grab my teacup for certainly.
Yeah, I feel so fancy right now. Right?
Okay. So why don't we?
Oh.
Wow, from here you can see the different layers of architecture over here.
Yeah, and the layers of the mountains. I feel like this is just a painting.
It's
right
more
now.
beautiful in the morning, actually. It's
yeah.
already got a noon time, so
In the morning, you have the sea of the cloud.
definitely.
Yeah,
And it's a little bit colder, so it feels even better.
yeah, it's so hot. I'm boiling right now.
Okay.
So with this amazing view, I think our time
We should
is
leave
up.
you there, and
Yeah.
we'll enjoy our time. You enjoy yours.
Thanks for watching CGTN. Stay
thank you
tuned
for
for
your
our
company.
later live streams. I'm Ning.
And I'm Yunfei.
Bye.
See you
See you
next
next
time.
time.